Hello live coders, this is Curry here, and I'm recording this video for those of you who bought the bundle. That was a great effort. And also for my other non-bundle customers who have bought WordLib individually over the years. Really love you guys too. So this video is going out to everyone as an introduction for how to get started using WordLib. And if you've already been using it, you know, it may be fun anyway, but especially for those who are getting started. And it will show how to code with WordLib. In its essence, it's a one-liner, so I'll show that line along with a couple other lines, and you know, to get everyone up and running. Another reason for this video is that you know, the bundle was great, and RunRed did an awesome job with it, but there was a hiccup, and I believe what happened was that some people may have got their registration code but not the instructions on how to use that code, because you know that's how it works. There's a code and there's instructions. So if that happened to you, then no worries, because as soon as I put this video together, I will be sending it along with you know, the normal email instructions to everyone who got the bundle. So that way it'll also link to this video, and you'll have all the resources you need to get started. So without more long-winded ado, let's go ahead and look at WordLib. Okay, live code addicts. Here we are at the live code website, and I bet you can guess what I'm looking for here. I decided to call that first video I made the troubleshooting video and remake this one as a more straightforward quick start for getting started. If you've purchased WordLib like I'm demonstrating here, and of course many of you purchased the mega bundle, which is very cool too. So here I'm getting back to live code. I'm using live code version 6.5.2 on Windows 7. And anytime, or the first time obviously, when you get started with WordLib, what you want to really start with is the try WordLib stack. You know, really this is where it's all at when you're getting started. Because first of all, you can see even the welcome text is a document. You know, so you can use this try WordLib stack to load documents on your computer. There's the button to do that, import document, and WordLib ships with a little variety of samples, both in Word and OpenOffice format. So, you know, just play around with them. There's another one. And let's choose some, you know, different language samples. Here's one in Spanish. And let's try one in Chinese. A couple there at the beginning. So let's do that. So WordLib is for everyone all over the world. And it also supports a large variety of formatting, just as LiveCode does, especially since LiveCode 5.5, which this particular sample actually demonstrates a lot of the features, and it also serves as a roadmap for future development. So just check it out there. Let's scope out some more of the interface. There's little buttons to launch externally or refresh. There's one for install. We'll be using that. There's one for store, which we won't be using because you probably already purchased it. And most importantly, viewing the help. Here's the user guide, and it's just huge. I mean that as a good thing. You can see it's full of screenshots and stuff too. It's really user friendly. I encourage you to dig in. And for quick lookups, there's the quick reference here. Great way to just have an instant look at the syntax. And I totally recommend both of those because they're going to help you out a bunch. And you know, the way the information is presented, user manuals can do some things that a video can't, and vice versa. So let's go ahead with the vice versa and start making a demo stack of our own. So I've just made a new main stack, a new stack, and I'm going to give it a name in the inspector. I'm also going to go ahead and give it a size, just something that will fit nicely in the area that I'm recording on the screen here. Drag that sucker back into place. And then we're going to need two things for our little demo here. It's a very simple demo, but we'll need these two things. A field, a scrolling field. So I'm going to drag one of those in and use the inspector to give it a name. A simple name. And the other thing we're going to need is a button. We need something to push so that we can import. So let's call it import. Now we've got a field and a button on our stack. Close the inspector and edit the script of that button. Alright, and now you may be able to do this from memory, but if not, then I suggest going back to that try WordLib stack because you remember it has all the documentation. Let's look in our quick reference and look up the syntax for general use of importing documents. This lets the user of your application choose the documents that they want to import from their computer or their tablet or what have you. So I've copied that and I'm going to paste it into the script of that button and type in the name of our field. And the field was named Doc. Apply the script. Alrighty. Hide the documentation and click that sucker. See what happens. Okay, and this is how it works. It allows the user to select a document. Let's try a Little Red Riding Hood. That's a fun document. Okay, so at this point, we've got a working stack. That was pretty easy. There is one more step that we'll discuss afterwards here. But first, look again at what we've imported. See how that image is acting kind of flaky? Let's try one more. Let's try our general Word 2007 test here. Look at the title. See how that's kind of cramped? You know, it's not showing the full title. And there's another image. See how it disappears suddenly and then it also clips off some other text when it does show up? Now all that's because of this field setting. You know, it's just a standard live code field setting. It's called fixed line height. It can be a good thing, but when you turn it off, usually works a lot better with Word documents because they have content with a variety of line heights. With that fixed line height setting turned on, it doesn't allow that to happen, so you want to turn it off, usually. So we've created our own little import stack, and we've also tamed the field into submission for showing our documents. and it's looking good with another document there. So let's save it and figure out what to do next. In that first video I made, I showed a lot of troubleshooting, and I wanted this one to be different and more straightforward, but I am going to show you one error because it really relates to what we're doing next. And that is, after we save, close and then start again the next time. So you're all pumped up from your first round of work and you're ready to open that stack and start another round, say the next day. So you go to click your little import button. Whoa, dude, an error. And of course you may have figured out that the reason we had an error is because the first time we had this bad boy loaded up, the try WordLib stack, and that thing automatically loads the WordLib library so that we didn't have to. And you can see that now it's open. Hey, the button works again, everything's rolling. So sooner or later we need to make our stack independent by letting it load the WordLib library itself. And that's what we're going to learn how to do right now. I bet you've already guessed where I'm headed for. Yep, it's try WordLib stack again. Always start there. Look at that import button. Click that, and I'm going to choose that little stack we made, the sample import stack. Get that little devil selected. Click on open. Wham! That thing's installed. And it also gives us a little code. Click that button, it's copied. So we're all set. And at this point, I suggest that you close out of LiveCode after installing the library as a substack there. And now we're going to open it up again to have a fresh start. There's our stack, and you can see that document is still in the field. That's just from last time. So what we're going to do is get into the card script and paste, because we had copied that thing. So that simply loads the library when we start up our stack. Pretty simple. And now that we've done that, the next thing we might want to tackle is the little yellow nag that shows up sometimes when you import documents. Now that you've purchased WordLib, let's use that registration command. It's called register WordLib. We'll put that in the card script right after we load the library. So start using WordLib and then register WordLib along with your registration code. And where I've put that, you just type whatever your code is, or better yet, paste it in from your email. Because sometimes it is easy to make little typos on that thing. Copy and paste works good. So let's try another import. Get back to our test documents and see how it works. Ho ho! Now we're going to be happy because that little nag isn't showing up anymore. Now that's what you do for any project stack. Just start using WordLib and then use the register WordLib. Whoa, and I can actually hear some people thinking, well, some other tools, you just enter the registration code once and it saves itself and etc. Yep, I hear you. But WordLib works a little different, and I'm not going to explain the philosophy here because I already did that in that first video. So I'm going to point you to that if you're interested in the reason. Along with, you can see I'm scrolling through the quick documentation again. We've covered the basics here
just a one-liner to import really, but there's some other stuff there if you go further. So some of that is covered in that first video along with troubleshooting. And also don't forget the user guide, full of good stuff and really friendly. So I hope you enjoyed this. I'll see you in another video.
So thanks for watching. I hope that helped you to get a good start with WordLib. Bye for now.